All right. About to read this NOBTS and Level College Student Handbook. This edition of the Student Handbook reflects the most current policies and procedures of this institution. It should be adhered to throughout the course of a student's enrollment at NOBTS, New Orleans Baptist Theological Seminary, and Level College. Underlined is adherence to these policies is mandatory, both while class is in session or out of session, both on campus and off campus. The Office of Spiritual Formation and Student Life reserves the right to make changes to this handbook when such changes are deemed necessary. Uh, where where there are other specifications pertaining to non-traditional students, such as advanced degree students, distance learning students, etc. Those specifications will be indicated in writing by the responsible offices. For those demographics, however, the policies contained in this student handbook should be considered germane to all NOPTS demographics and supersede all degree specific handbooks. August 2025. A table of contents about NOBTS and Level College. Welcome from the Office of Spiritual Formation and Student Life. Duties, privileges, and responsibilities, community life and personal integrity, spiritual formation, student organizations, campus recreation, ethical and personal conduct code, institutional services, campus police, campus housing, general, general regulations, special regulations, shelter in place, guidance, hurricane information. All right, very good. About NOBTS and Level College, our mission. New Orleans Baptist Theological Seminary and Level College prepare servants to walk with Christ, proclaim his truth, and fulfill his mission. Affiliations, denominational affiliation and support. New Orleans Baptist Theological Seminary is an entity of the Southern Baptist Convention and is given significant funding by the cooperative program. And that's underlined and in blue. The cooperative program part. Doctrinal commitments. All the faculty members of the New Orleans Baptist Theological Seminary and Level College subscribe to the Articles of Religious Belief, and that's in blue. Articles of Religious Belief. You can click on it, and the in blue Baptist Faith and Message 2000. Welcome from the Office of Spiritual Formation and Student Life. Welcome to NOBTS and Level College! Exclamation point. We have prepared this student handbook to provide you with information you will need as an NOBTS or Level College student. You will find helpful information in this handbook that will direct you, answer your questions, and assist you in campus life. Please take a moment to familiarize yourself with the contents. We are thankful you have responded to God's call to prepare for ministry here with us. The Office of Spiritual Formation and Student Life is in the Luter Student Center on the first floor. Our purpose is to serve you, equip you, and support you as you pursue studies in the classroom and ministry in our city. We have a very capable staff who are here to help you in any capacity. If you have any questions not answered in the handbook, feel free to stop by the Luter Student Center and let us help you. You can also email us at dos@nobts.edu or give us a call 504-816-8246. Our mission, the mission of the Office of Spiritual Formation and Student Life is to encourage and equip students to walk ever more closely with Christ as they prepare to proclaim his truth and fulfill his mission. We do this by cultivating campus life in a way that is prayerful, edifying, accountable, and intentionally builds joyful unity throughout the student body. So, yeah, the mission of the Office of Spiritual Formation and Student Life is to encourage and equip students to walk ever more closely with Christ as they prepare to proclaim his truth and fulfill his mission. We do this by cultivating campus life in a way that is prayerful, edifying, accountable, and intentionally builds joyful unity throughout the student body. Our team Dr. Thomas Strong III, Vice President for Spiritual Formation and Student Life, Dean of Students. And then Rebecca Callahan, Associate Dean of Students for Student Life. Connor Hinton, who's cool. We got to talk with him a couple times. Connor Hinton, Assistant Dean of Students for Student Affairs. Cody Moore, Assistant Dean of Students for Spiritual Formation. Vanessa Schaefer, Women's Life Coordinator. Evan Brewer, Recreation Coordinator. Sarah, I don't know if that's an LLES or if that's an ILES. Maybe it's an ILES. Sarah Illis, I don't know, Campus Common Goods Coordinator. Vanny Dare, Campus Concierge. Sarah Holmes, Student Life Office Coordinator. Abby Gannon, Campus Life Coordinator. Duties, privileges, and responsibilities. The New Orleans Baptist Theological Seminary, NOBTS, and Level College serves the churches of the Southern Baptist Convention by training individuals and families for lives of ministry. Students of NOBTS Level College, whether enrolled at New Orleans campus, an extension center, or as an online student, maintain certain privileges and responsibilities granted by the institution. The seminary reserves the right both to admit students and allow students to matriculate according to the seminary's sole judgment and discretion, in keeping with the policies determined by the Southern Baptist Convention, elected Board of Trustees, and the seminary administration. Sole discretion in determining a student's compliance with these policies and procedures rests with the president of the seminary. While admission to the seminary does not give a student a contractual right, which might supersede the seminary's right to select, suspend, or dismiss those students whose conduct, behavior, or academic performance does not meet the seminary's expectations for students of Christian ministries. The student is granted certain privileges and responsibilities listed below. Questions concerning the interpretation of any student handbook policy, including students' rights and responsibilities, should be directed to the Vice President for Spiritual Formation, Student Life, or one of the assistant deans of students. Institutional / student duties, privileges, and responsibilities. NOBTS Level College has the duty to offer equitable and consistent academic policies. Students have the privilege to be enrolled in classes at NOBTS / Level College. Students have the responsibility to meet all academic requirements specified by the policies and administration of NOBTS / Level College. In parentheses, refer to the academic catalog and the student handbook. NOBTS Level College has the duty to prepare students for Christian ministry in an environment free from discrimination and harassment based on race or gender. Students have the privilege to learn and live in this community, but the responsibility to treat other students, faculty, and staff in a manner honoring of Christ. NOBTS Level College has the duty to set and maintain behavioral standards among students, staff, and faculty that exemplify Christ and provide a witness of his redemption to the surrounding community. Students have the responsibility to abide by the behavioral standards agreed to in the ethical conduct statement signed as part of the application process of those set forth in the NOBTS Level College policies. As an entity of the Southern Baptist Convention and as a confessional seminary, NOBTS / Level College has the duty to teach and maintain policies that are consistent with the mission statement of the institution and the Baptist Faith and Message 2000, the official doctrinal confession of the Southern Baptist Convention. Students have the duty to abide by seminary policies, but have the privilege to hold personally two different doctrines than those affirmed in the Baptist Faith and Message, and the responsibility to express their convictions with kindness, gentleness, respect, and self-control. NOBTS / Level College has the duty to provide students with the opportunity to participate in various student groups. NOBTS / Level College students have the privilege to participate in these student groups, as well as the responsibility to follow the rules of those organizations and to honor the stated purpose of the group. NOBTS/level college is not required to provide student organizations which are deemed outside the mission of the seminary by the president and administration. NOBTS/level college has the duty to allow students to apply for student housing and financial aid. Student housing and financial aid are privileges granted to students under certain terms and conditions. Students have the responsibility to abide by the terms of housing policies and financial aid agreements. Violating those terms may result in loss of housing or financial aid and payment of fees. NOBTS/level college has the duty to apply the financial policies of the institution in an equitable manner. Our students have the responsibility to pay all bills, tuition, and fees when they are due. Failure to do so may result in administrative withdrawal from currently enrolled courses or inability to register for future courses. NOBTS/level college has the duty to make the institution's principles, policies, and procedures that are relevant to student life explicit and readily available to appropriate persons. Students have the responsibility to abide by the policies and procedures of NOBTS/level college. Policies and procedures may be found in the most current versions of the academic catalog and the student handbook. Both the academic catalog and the student handbook are published in the summer of every year, taking effect at the beginning of the academic year on August 1st. Any updates to the catalog or the student handbook made during an academic year will be announced to all students so as to make students aware of any new responsibilities on their part. NOBTS level college has the duty to allow students to express disagreement with institutional policies and the application of those policies through established channels. Student complaints may be registered via email with the Office of Spiritual Formation and Student Life, DOS, at nobts.edu. Students have the responsibility to accept and abide by the decisions made by NOBTS/level college regarding student complaints. NOBTS/level college faculty and staff have the duty to demonstrate appropriate levels of confidentiality with students and each other, but are not prohibited from contacting the administration when institutional policies are breached. Students also have the responsibility to alert the administration if they see or hear of another student violating institutional policies. NOBTS/level college has the duty to provide reasonable safety assurances and protocols for students while they are on campus and in classroom. NOBTS/level college has a disaster relief emergency response plan in place that can be made available for overview with appropriate permission given by the Office of Spiritual Formation and Student Life. All right, the next section is, I'm on page 5. All right, the next section is community life and personal integrity. When I say I'm on page 5, there are 60 pages, so praise God. Should be a good time. Spiritual formation. Spiritual formation occurs within the local church and through the communion of the saints. Students and their families are expected to be members of a local church where they regularly attend in-person gatherings. They are also encouraged to attend NOBTS chapel. Local church membership and attendance. No Christian should be separated from the community life of the local church. While every situation is different, a good rule of thumb would be attending both the corporate worship and some form of small group, Sunday school, etc., 9 out of every 10 weeks. Students maintaining membership at their